Welcome to another episode of Shabbat Shmooze, my Chmi edition. This week's Parsha is Balak. We know that in this Parsha, Balak and Bilam tried to curse Bnei Israel and they tried to destroy us. But what happened? We know that Hashem protected us even though we had no idea what was happening behind the scenes. This is something that we're obligated to recall and recount every single day as part of the Eser Zechirot. When we finish Shachrit, we always say the 10 Zechirot, the Eser Zechirot, and one of them is we must remember what Balak and Bilam tried to do to us. Why? Lema'an dat tzidkot Hashem, in order for us to acknowledge the righteousness of Hashem. Rav David Asher recalls an unbelievable story that I would love to share with you on this concept. Baruch Hashem, we all know that Hashem runs the world and Hashem is constantly watching over us and protecting us. But we don't really always remember that until something happens that opens our eyes. Rav David Asher told a story about a woman in his community who lived in a home that was becoming a little bit problematic in the fact that it was a little bit lopsided. And she tried to sell her house, and a buyer came along and decided the buyer wants to sell the house, but in order to do that, he wants to level the home first. This would cost a lot of money. Of course, the woman agreed to do it because she knew that in the long run, this would yield much more money for her once the house is protected and leveled and is not slightly slanted. So she set out to hire the top people to come and level the home. It was costly and it was time consuming. But during this inspection, a man who was doing the inspection approached the woman and said, "Have you been waking up slightly woozy lately?" And she thought about it and she said, "As a matter of fact, yes, I have." And he said, "You don't understand the miracle that just occurred for you. The reason the house was slightly woozy was because there was something happening underneath the foundation of the home. And when we dug deeper, literally and figuratively, we discovered that there was a slow gas leak occurring underneath your home, which you found it just in the nick of time, because had you let a little bit more time go by, chas v'shalom, you would not be here today." That woman's life was definitely saved from something that she knew nothing about, lema'an dat tzidkot Hashem. And from that, she understood the righteousness of Hashem. How many times do you and I live our lives with things that look like inconveniences, like we miss the exit and our Waze time rewinds 15 minutes, or we miss the bus, we miss the flight, we miss whatever it is, and we're actually aggravated and we're tense and we're upset. We don't understand what Hashem was really sparing us from. Only Hashem knows the dangers that we live through day in and day out. Only Hashem has what it takes to save us from those perils. So the next time you are faced with an inconvenience, just remember, in the same manner in which Balak and Bilam tried to curse us, but Hashem saw and Hashem changed the path and saved us from imminent danger, so too can Hashem save us from any danger we are facing. Shabbat Shalom.